Good morning. My name is Tiffany Smith. When I married my first husband, my mother and my father and my nephew were there, and my ex-spouse. After I married that man, I was hysterical. I was really hysterical. I began I started to cry. I was panicking. And the reason that I was panicking was because my mama said, "Well, daughter, you're a woman now and I have to go." And I felt panic. But that was the second time. Now, the very first time I felt that panic was when my mama walked me into my first day of kindergarten. I went through the same thing. When I looked and I saw those children running around, they looked so foreign to me. I felt as though I didn't belong. And so I was holding and hugging my mama around her leg. I was terrified. I was terrified. And there was this sweet lady. She was a white lady with blonde hair. She was so pretty. And her name was Miss Wilson. I trusted her. And what happened was, she said, "Tiffany," I looked at her in her pretty blue eyes. And I trusted her. And I let go of my mama. But she walked off to tend to the other children, which she was supposed to, because she could not cleave to the one child and she had so many others to be responsible for. And so when I saw her walk over there to tend to all of the other little people, I looked back to cleave back to my mama, but my mama wasn't there. She was gone. And so that was the first time I felt panic. No, that was the second time I felt panic. The third time I felt panic was when I got married and I was crying hysterically. My mama said, "I have to go, daughter." Now, the very first time I felt panic was when I was in a living room by myself, in a cold living room in the projects, curled up in a chair, looking over to the left. It was snowing on that day. I saw my brother and my sister playing in the snow around. My mama was building a snowman. They were all playing in the snow, and I felt alone. So, being in that living room by myself, I felt alone. Being in kindergarten and my mama was gone, I felt alone. And when I got married, the first time I was hysterical when my mama left. And there were other times. But it was all surrounding my mama leaving. And the reason I'm talking about this is because a lot of this stems from mother wounding with me. But my mama was always there. She was always there for my sister, and she was always there for my mother. And when my other sister came along, she was always there for them. But for some reason, I felt very, very traumatized. I felt severe trauma one more time when I relocated back to my hometown. And I was having a lot of problems with my second husband. And so there's a lot of friction going on. And my mama is a good lady. But my mama could not continue to hold my hand because my mama was getting elderly. And my mama's health isn't good. Okay? And so, being in a relationship with an abusive spouse, it's got to make you want to cling to your mama. It's got to make you want to cling to your daddy. It will make you cling even with trauma. There are trauma bonds. But I can say this. When my mama let go and cut me loose, even when my daddy mocked me, laughed at me, and cut me loose, even when husbands destroyed me and cut me loose, even when they took my child, I was alone. So in the midst of being alone, I had no choice but to cry out to God. By myself. Trauma buzz will not get you help. Playing on someone's childhood woundings will not get you help. Y'all have shredded two people to pieces. Don't you all know when to leave well enough alone? You all are playing around with people's lives. Don't you all know when to leave well enough alone? If you were in a situation where someone's mother was burnt, and you're finding out mama's not mama and daddy's not daddy, what you all need to do is back the fuck off. Because this is a hot shit mess. And so what a lot of you all are doing, you all are throwing stones. And you're hiding your hands. You threw them, but you can't hide your hands because your hands have been exposed. Now, somebody's been arrested this morning. So he say. Someone, they say, was put in rehabilitation in Florida. So they say. Believing the sea, even though it may be true, it's not always necessarily the sea, because God put in my mind, and I gave it the name of the theory, the trilogy 3. You better believe what I'm saying. Everything that you may think, it's not always so. I do believe I've been living with clones. You all would not believe it. The things that Spirit has been downloading in me. The things that some people who astro travel to me and communicate with me that no. I'm going to tell y'all something. Throwing out threats at this time and not even assisting me at this time is not wise. Because if you know what I know, what I know, and a few others know, you would burst into tears knowing what is at your doorstep, on your doorstep. Because you will realize that not only my life is the Truman Show, everybody's lives are the Truman Show. And so the joke is not only on me. The joke is not even on the brother or the child or even the mother. The joke is on the globe. And so my suggestion to you all is to sit down, prepare, and listen to somebody. Because this time, preparations have been made in the outer forces behind our backs. You all cannot begin to comprehend what is on your doorstep.